Hello everyone, hope all are fine. In this video, we are going to address the issue of georeferencing. I mean, we are going to cover what is the problem if the particular raster image or particular spatial dataset, if it is not provided with the georeference, and how we are going to add georeference to the particular image, and how we are going to add projection systems, and then later on how we are going to define datum projection systems. Everything will be covered here. First of all, let me clear you one thing. This georeferencing comes into the picture whenever we have maps which are dated to old. In the sense, if we have topo sheets or something in the paper format, so we want to digitize them. We want to convert into digital format. First of all, we just scan those things, whether the aerial photographs or whether the topo sheets, whatever it may be. Then later on, we are going to make them happen. Now, to understand the problem statement, we need to just use Google Earth Pro right now. I'm opening the Google Earth Pro. In this Google Earth, now I'm simply going to add a map, okay, which is in digital format that is scanned, but it is not georeferenced. Once I add it into this environment, we can notice it clearly that actually this is an image. This image is not geographically intact with that particular location. So how to address this? So for example, if we have a state boundary, which is in the which is of hard copy format. Then later on we scan that image. If you scanned it, it is not having any geographical identification or geographical reference. So in order to give that information, we are going to use the georeferencing. So I hope you got clearly what is the problem statement. Now once this particular image got georeferenced, it is going to interact with the particular area. Okay. In order to deal with this thing, in order to solve this problem, we are going to use QGIS environment. Okay, let me go to the QGIS environment. Now, I open the QGIS environment. Now, the basic thing if we are going to address this problem, I mean, if you want to add georeferencing to particular raster images or any spatial data type, first we need to have a plugin that need to be enabled. This plugin, I will let you know. Okay, go to the plugins and click on the manage and install plugins. Okay, here just type geo reference. Okay, if you type geo reference, here you can see this is an inbuilt plugin which will be coming with the automatically coming with this QGIS. So you just need to enable it. Once this got enabled here, just go close it here and go to the raster. Okay, in the raster you can see geo referencer. Just double click over here, and here there are two ways of adding the image. Click file and open raster, or else simply go here. Okay, just my file is in the desktop, so I'm just going to the desktop and giving the input. I just opened it. Okay, now the next step is once the plugin got loaded, we just open the image in this popped up window. Now we just need to note down these latitudes and longitudes. Okay, now we can see this, okay, in the pop-up window. Just I'm panning it first of all, and I'm going to explain you this image. Now this image is having latitudes and longitudes. Okay, why I'm calling it as image? Why I'm not calling it as a map? Let me clear you one thing. Till now it is not georeferenced. Once it gets georeferenced, I will address it in a proper way. Now we can see this is the latitude and longitude. They are meeting at this point. Okay, and this latitude and longitude are meeting at this point. So in order to georeference particular image which is of raster data, we at least require 4 GCPs. Okay, right now to add these 4 GCPs, I am taking this intersection of these latitude and longitudes. Okay, now I am going to this part exactly in the mid, most accurate, not precise. Okay. At that intersection, I am going to add new point. I am going to click here, add point. Okay. Just go here and click this thing. Now one window will be popped up. With the help of this pan, you just move. Okay. Zoom out and move the respective coordinate. Now enter this thing. This is in degrees, minutes, and seconds. In that format with space. And 30. Control C. Sorry, I can paste here. And now again zoom out. Come here and add this thing here. 17 degrees, 26 minutes, and 0 seconds. Click OK. Okay. Now we successfully added one GCP at this point of intersection. Now second point also we need to go and add it the same way. Now at this point the latitude and longitude will be 17 degrees 26 minutes and 0 seconds and 78 degrees 24 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay. Now in the same way here also we are going to add one more point at this intersection. Just create new add point, go here and zoom out, add that in the north, add this thing. Okay. 0 seconds, no issues. And here 78 degrees 30 minutes and 0 seconds. Click OK. Now successfully we have added two GCPs. Now third one. Go here and save. The add point is already on executive mode. Click here and again add latitudes and longitude. 17 degrees 20 minutes and 30 seconds. Here 78 degrees 24 sorry okay this 78 degrees 24 minutes and 30 seconds. Click OK. Again come here to the last final GCP and click here, add one more point. This is the final. Actually in some other proprietary softwares or somewhere automatically once you give the 3 points, 3 GCPs, the fourth GCP will be generated automatically. GCP stands for ground control points. Okay. Now we have added successfully 4 GCPs. Okay. Now what are we going to do? Right now, once we are done, if you fail to create this GCP, okay, some if you input uh, latitude and longitude which are not exactly matching, that means for example at the rate 78 you typed 68, that point of time if you want to delete that particular point, go here, select this delete point and click over that respective point, it will be deleted. So again we will add that point, no issues. Go here, we're going to add it. Okay. 17 degrees 20 minutes 30 seconds, 78 degrees 30 minutes. Click OK. Now we have successfully added 4 GCPs. Once we are done with this adding of the GCPs to this respective image, now we need to go to settings and click transformation settings. Now they are asking which type of transformation type we are. Let me clear. This documentation will be provided in the QGIS documentation in the their respective sites, we can utilize it. We'll simply click linear and nearest neighbor, target, and this they are asking actually. Now it is asking here SRS means spatial reference system. These are in degrees, minutes, and seconds, and we are targeting the WGS 1984. The particular datum will be WGS 1984, and the projection system will also be WGS 1984. Okay. Now, in output raster, it is asking where to save this. We are going to save. Let it be on the desktop itself. Okay, whatever the default location it is going to give, and no need to have the compression. If you want to save GCP points, we can save it, and if you want to generate in the PDF map, you can generate it. If you want any report, if you want, you can load it. Okay, now I'm going to nothing I'm going to change, just I added target reference system. Okay, and I'm going to click OK. Just wait. At the end, you just need to click go here and start georeferencing. Just click this button, automatically you will see a notification that georeferencing got successful. Okay, now once the georeferencing, after you are clicking this, once you are done with this, then you will see that window where you are going to input your details. Once this got done, just click here, and we can notice that the file got saved here. Okay, now I'm showing what is the, now we gave the geographical information system. Okay, geographical information to particular image. Now if once we open that, whether we are going to check, if we open it in the Google Earth, whether our problem statement got solved or not. Okay, for that I'm just opening the Google Earth Pro. Okay, here I'm just simply dragging the geo latest image which was georeferenced. Okay, let it go like that. Let it, it is going to just click on scale. Okay, done. Now we can see this has got particular, this particular image which was not georeferenced previously, now it got georeferenced well. Okay, now we can see it is exactly going there and getting intact. Okay, now we can see, but previously when it is not georeferenced, we used to see the image in the space, somewhere else in the space. Now exactly it is going to the area of interest. Okay, now if you want to change that transparency, just go here in the properties, and transparency you can make it like this. Okay, you can play with the transparency, no issues. Hope in this tutorial we have successfully covered how to georeference particular image. Okay, now this is in WGS. That means it is in the World Geographic Systems. Okay, of 1984. Okay, now we need to change it into the UTM. We need to know the UTM zone of this particular AOI. Okay, yes. Now, once that layer, that image got saved into georeference format, now we need to add the we need to reproject. Actually, the previous image in WGS, World Geodetic Survey. Now we need to project that coordinate system into UTM. Okay, now we can see the AOI here. Now we are going to reproject it into the UTM. Before reprojecting it into the UTM, we need to know which zone it is going to fall. Okay, so already I used to have the UTM grid zone shapefile. I am going to add it here, and the same will be placed. Okay, now once we added that shapefile, these are the UTM zones. Now we are going to identify which zone we belongs to. So in order to do that, first of all, we need to change the symbology of this particular shapefile. Go to the properties and Go to symbology and near the simple fill, select simple outline. There select red and click OK. And now go to the labels. In the labels, single labels. From there on value, click select zone and apply. Okay, now we can see the zones. Now our area of interest, if you want to know, just go to the our area of interest layer and click zoom to the layer. Okay, where is our zoom to the layer here? Here. So once we reach our zoom to the layer, now we are going to find the zone number. So our particular area of interest is falling under UTM 44. Okay, this is under north. Now simply we need to reproject that. Type the reproject in the processing toolbox and click here, and in the source CRS you need not to worry about that. Input layer is having this thing. And now what we are going to do, okay, in the source CRS keep what is that reference system which we are using here, and target CRS will be, you need to search it. Okay, go here in the projected and find, cursor down WGS 1984 under UTM. Like this we need to search it. Okay, else you simply you can search like this UTM. Okay, 44, is it 44? Yes, probably. Again once we'll confirm it and then we'll go with that. Okay, again I am going to click zoom to the layer. Yes, 44. Just click here and UTM 44. It is under north. WGS 1984 UTM zone 44. Okay, exactly matching. Click OK. And resampling method. Okay, no issues. Nothing you need not to worry about it. Just simply click run. Need not to worry about that. Okay, obviously there will some distortions will be there. Previous video also we have mentioned that this icon is indicating the temporary. So first of all we need to save this reprojected. Click export and click save as, and let me save it on desktop itself. Reprojected underscore AOI, area of interest. Save and click OK. Now it got loaded here. Now we can check it. The coordinate system. Okay, in the properties. Now we can see in the source it is having UTM zone 44. Now it is exactly reprojected to Universal Traverse Mercator system. Okay. Hope you enjoyed this video.